Point with me. Before I introduce you to the on point one, let me take you through some major headlines. Tension skyrocket in West Asia after Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh is killed in an airstrike in Tehran. Iran vows to avenge the killing. Israel targets Hezbollah in Lebanon, kills Hezbollah military operations in charge Ford Shukr in a direct strike in Beirut. The death toll rises to 175 in Wayanad. 191 people are still missing. Massive relief and rescue operations are underway. Political blame game over Wayanad tragedy. Amit Shah informs Parliament that the state ignored early warnings. Kerala CM Vijayan says the IMD's red alert for rains came on morning after the landslides. Rain chaos in Lucknow as well. Even the Legislative Assembly complex gets flooded. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath gets escorted out of the complex from another gate. UPSC cracks the whip on prohibitionary IAS officer Pooja Khetkar, cancels the provisional candidature and debars her from all future exams. Blow to Biju Janata Dal. Prominent party MP Mamta Mohanta resigns from primary membership of the party in the Rajya Sabha. Another good day for India at Olympics. Shuttlers PV Sindhu and Lakshya Sen as well as archer Deepika Kumari march into the pre-quarter finals. Boxer Lavina Borgohain is one win away from a medal. Who will be the vice president pick of Kamala Harris? Democratic nominee is set to launch a 4-day tour from Philadelphia with her running mate. In On Point 1, we will discuss the escalation of the Caste Row, which was sparked after Anurag Thakur's remarks on Rahul Gandhi's caste in the parliament. On Tuesday, Bharatiya Janata Party MP Anurag Thakur questioned the Congress over its demand for caste census and took a jibe at leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi.
तो ओबीसी की बात, जनगणना की बात बहुत की जाती है। माननीय सभापति जी, जिसकी जात का पता नहीं, वो गणना की बात करता है।
Rahul Gandhi accused Thakur of abusing him and reiterated his commitment to ensuring a caste census.
सर, जो भी इस देश में दलितों की, आदिवासियों की, पिछड़ों की बात उठाता है, जो भी उनके लिए लड़ता है, उसको गाली खाना ही पड़ता है। और मैं ये सब गालियां खुशी से खाऊंगा।
Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav also jumped into the defense of India alliance.
इनसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं, आपने जाति कैसे पूछ ली, ये बताइए बस। आप जाति कैसे पूछ सकते हैं? आप बताएं, जाति कैसे पूछ सकते हैं? आप पूछ के दिखाओ जाति तुम। आप जाति कैसे पूछोगे तुम? कैसे पूछोगे जाति?
However, this wasn't the end of the controversy. Congress MPs stormed into the well of the House demanding apology. The Congress also filed a privilege motion against Prime Minister Narendra Modi for encouraging Anurag Thakur by sharing his video on social media, including the controversial part which was expunged by Lok Sabha Speaker. BJP slammed the Congress and questioned why and how come is it wrong to ask Rahul Gandhi his own caste when he goes around asking people's caste.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जो हरकत किया है, मैं उसका निंदा करता हूं। कांग्रेस पार्टी सुबह शाम दिन रात जाति 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 करते रहते हैं। जब मीडिया वालों को मिलता है उनका भी जाति पूछते हैं, वो मिलिट्री के लोगों के पास जाके जाति पूछते हैं। यहाँ भारत जोड़ो यात्रा करता है, वो हर आदमी को जाति पूछते हैं। जाति पूछ पूछ के देश को विभाजन करने का षड्यंत्र कांग्रेस ने किया है। और जब राहुल गांधी का जाति का बात हुआ तो फिर वो इतना हंगामा कर रहे हैं। देश के लोगों का जाति पूछेंगे और राहुल गांधी का जाति को नहीं पूछ सकते हैं, ये कौन सा तरीका है? अब अखिलेश यादव को भी देख लीजिए, वो राहुल गांधी के साथ खड़ा रहते हैं। वो यही लोग हैं जो जाति पूछते रहते हैं, हर सुबह शाम जाति जाति।
माननीय अनुराग ठाकुर जी ने जब अपने विषय को रखा, किसी का नाम नहीं लिया, किसी का नाम नहीं लिया। नाम नहीं लेते हुए उन्होंने कहा जिसकी जाति का पता नहीं वह जाति पूछ रहे हैं। तो केवल एक ही व्यक्ति को बुरा लगा। 543 मेंबर्स सदन में बहुत उपस्थित हैं, किसी को बुरा नहीं लगा, केवल एक व्यक्ति को बुरा लगा और उसके इशारे पे कांग्रेस के सारे सदस्य खड़े हो गए। क्यों?
Opposition criticized Bharatiya Janata Party for asking the caste of members of the opposition leaders inside the parliament.
सख्त पार्लियामेंट में ऐसा नहीं होता। पार्लियामेंट में तो किसी की जाति पूछी नहीं जाती और वो कौन से जात के हैं वो मालूम है उनको। और ये पर्पसली किसी को इंसल्ट करने के लिए उसने कहा है, ये अच्छा नहीं है।
लेकिन सदन में जो शब्द का इस्तेमाल हुआ था, मुझे तो ये लगता है अनुराग ठाकुर जी को कहा गया है कि 99 बार गाली खा करके आओ आप सदन में, तब आप मंत्री बनोगे। और जाति का सवाल जिसको जानना है, बाबा साहब भीमराव अम्बेडकर जी की किताब एनिमिलेशन ऑफ कास्ट, एनिमिलेशन ऑफ कास्ट जरूर पढ़नी चाहिए। अगर कोई इस सदन में और जिस विचारधारा से हम लोग जुड़े हैं, नेताजी जुड़े रहे, डॉक्टर राममनोहर लोहिया जी की विचारधारा को लेकर के जा रहे हैं, उन्होंने जाति तोड़ो की बात कही थी। इनके पास अगर कोई व्यवस्था हो जिससे जाति तोड़ी जा सके, बीजेपी के लोग बताएं।
So there are a couple of questions which I am putting on the floor. Is Congress's caste push the antidote to BJP's Hindutva agenda? Has caste and Hindutva politics restored hard identity politics in India again? Can Rahul's new caste push damage Congress in long run? And most important of all, is Rahul Gandhi overdoing caste politics? But straight away, let me introduce my guests. I'm joined by Ajit Kejha, senior journalist, Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, Brijesh in studio with me, input editor of News 9 Live. Amitabh, to you first. What does Rahul Gandhi stands to gain by overemphasizing the issue of caste?
See, essentially the caste census has been one of the biggest pitches of the India bloc or the Congress party, let's say, going into the 2024 elections. Now, if you recall the December 2023 Hindi Heartland results, this issue did not work because the Congress lost 3-0. However, the results in Uttar Pradesh, where the India bloc has won more seats than the NDA, has perhaps given a belief to the Congress party and the India bloc leaders that this caste census pitch has worked in the Hindi heartland, because it has not worked elsewhere, be it the Madhya Pradesh or Chhattisgarh or even Bihar, Jharkhand. But they seem to believe that this caste census pitch has worked, and this is one of the planks which can be used to defeat the BJP or weaken the BJP going forward. And as you mentioned, the opposition believes that BJP has been able to consolidate all the caste groups, largely the upper caste, OBCs, Dalits and Adivasis, under the larger Hindutva umbrella. And for the opposition to defeat the BJP, it has to move these voters away from voting in the name of Hindutva to voting along caste lines. And that is why the Congress is really going hard on this caste census pitch, I believe.
Okay. Brijesh, your opening comments. You think that the hard caste politics has worked for Rahul Gandhi across all states uniformly?
it hasn't worked uniformly, but I would say that, as Amitabh was saying, what has happened in Uttar Pradesh came as a rude jolt, not only to the BJP, but also to the Samajwadi Party and Congress Party. Nobody realized, Congress Party and Samajwadi Party never thought that they would be, winning 43 seats in a combination, because this is not the first time they have gotten together. They have gotten together before, and they have suffered massive defeat at the hand of the BJP. Now they firmly believe that, with Akhilesh's PDA being in action, and the kind of result which has come out, which has stopped the BJP from, getting an absolute majority where, 320, 330 plus was considered to be a given numbers. They firmly believe that, by raking in this caste issue, it has the potential of damaging the Bharatiya Janata Party. And you don't have to win all the states to damage Bharatiya Janata Party. If you are able to damage Bharatiya Janata Party in a couple of key states, then the damage is done. And that is the reason why, there is a major assertion as far as the caste politics or the caste gig as far as Congress is concerned. I personally believe that, that the remark of Anurag Thakur is something which is not going to benefit Bharatiya Janata Party a lot. I don't think that is going to benefit, because the way the entire gig is being played, you can see a stamp of the the kind of politics which Prime Minister Modi used to say, that sab hame gali de rahe hain, you become the underdog. So he's like, and you can see a similarity, the way Rahul Gandhi got up and said that aap mujhe jitni gali dena dijiye, abuse me as much as you can, but I will not stop my fight for the caste politics. So he's championing himself for the arithmetically superior, combination of groups.
Okay, let me go to Ajit. Ajit, can Rahul Gandhi do a hard caste politics when people will ask him about his own caste? How will he position himself? Because it entails two things. One, after 1980s, caste politics in name of social justice was done by those who were born in that particular caste, unlike 1960s and 50s, where people from irrespective of their caste could do backward caste politics. For example, Ram Manohar Lohia or even Chaudhry Charan Singh. So how is Rahul Gandhi going to create a new caste politics, keeping his own position, strength or limitation in mind?
Well, see, in the 1990s, Vishwanath Pratap Singh challenged the largest majority government in the history of India, and later challenged the Janasangh, later, whatever, Bharatiya Janasangh or the Sangh Parivar, on the issue of recreating Mandal. So I think Mandal has enormous potential in this country. In the case of, if we talk about Rahul Gandhi, for Rahul Gandhi, it's politics of compulsion. You see, I have talked to several Congress leaders, including Jairam Ramesh, on this after the 2019 debacle, when, Congress did not perform very well. And the frustration was, how do we fight? They would use the word, quote unquote, communalism. Every time the BJP communalizes, Hindu versus Muslim. So as a result, we are unable to beat the BJP. This time, in 2024, they fought with the new formula. They took a calculated risk. They took the idea from Nitish Kumar, the caste survey of Bihar. And remember, on 2nd October 2023, Nitish Kumar ended up officially sort of releasing the caste survey. 7 days later, on 9th October, Rahul Gandhi jumped on the bandwagon and said every Congress state will have a caste survey. So it's politics of, as I said, it's basically Congress was compelled to use it for 3 reasons. One, there is no way to fight the monopoly of, Hindutva politics, number one. Number two, caste politics ended up cementing the entire India alliance. Look at the cementing, look at the way Akhilesh and Rahul's sort of body language, look at how they defend each other in parliament. Suddenly, UP ko ye saath pasand hai, which did not work out in the past during the UP assembly election, has suddenly seems to be working very well in the country.
Then I have a question, every successful formula can become very ugly. Amitabh, ugliness of hard Hindutva has created problem for Bharatiya Janata Party, so can the ugliness of pure caste politics.
Now, see, the caste census is a very touchy issue, and whichever politician, Jha sir mentioned the name of VP Singh, he did. He was the, let's say, the propagator of OBC reservation and gave them OBC reservation, but he lost badly in the subsequent election and was finished in within perhaps 7 years of becoming the prime minister. His career got over. You have Manmohan Singh government, which did a caste census but never came out with the results. Same is happening with the Karnataka government, Congress government of Siddharamaiah. Nitish Kumar perhaps is the only politician who conducted a caste census and even came out with the results. But the issue is that the increase in quota has been rejected by the High Court. So it is very, very difficult practically for any political party to, first of all, conduct a caste census, release the numbers, and then implement it, because it requires constitutional amendment, which is roughly 2/3 of the members in parliament, and we don't see any government. If you overplay it, it does have a tendency to come back at you and could become problematic, because see, both the alliances, or see, caste census is a Pandora's box. So any incumbent government would not want to do it. If BJP is already getting a lion's share of OBC, Adivasis and Dalit votes, why would it go for a caste census? Correct. However, this time it has lost.
Because it also has a constitutional aspect, because Congress has spoken about the constitution. जिसकी जितनी हिस्सेदारी उसकी उतनी भागीदारी. You know, it also touches the larger rubric.
No, but
Can
see, this
number representation determine the distribution of resources solely? You know, it's a big question, Brijesh.
Well, it cannot. But the point is that it is going to be struck down by the apex court. But if I answer your question, which you asked Amitabh, the fact of the matter is that yes, it may have a different kind of power play than what the Gandhis or Akhilesh Yadav is intending to. That can go. But then there is an immediate aspect of how you propagate a particular theory, and then there's a long-term object. I think that the short-term gain or the short-term aim of Rahul Gandhi is to make sure that Congress gets to become get maximum seats, as many as seats as possible as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned, and win as many states as possible based on the pure play caste plank. Because for them, getting power is one of the most important thing if they really want to survive and live to tell the tale. And that is exactly what is happening. And the way Rahul Gandhi has gone about, post the Bharat Jodo Yatra and Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, where he's been tasting success after the three assembly debacle which Amitabh mentioned notwithstanding, the kind of result which has come out in Lok Sabha has really made them very, very hopeful that their plank is working and it will work in future as well.
Ajit, so is Rahul Gandhi remaking the brand Congress, if I may say, and creating a complete break from the legacy of Manmohan Singh and Narasimha Rao with his politics?
Yes, he is. Absolutely. I would agree. In fact, the question that Anurag Thakur and BJP leaders keep asking, why is it that Indira Gandhi, Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi did not use the politics of caste? Because Congress was a dominant party. Today, Congress was, in 2014 and 2019, Congress was reduced to 50-something, right, even below that. So for them, caste census is compulsion. But what I want to add to it is that they have, Rahul Gandhi has taken a calculated risk. Of course, it can backfire, as Amitabh pointed out. In the past, it has backfired with the VP Singh in the next election of 91, for example. But remember one thing, politics is a fight for representation. It is a fight in a multicultural society like India or America. The entire issue of identity, diversity, and its representation is the essential fight in politics. And what Rahul Gandhi has brilliantly done, I would argue, and I'm surprised that he did it, because I did not expect him, the way he tied that issue of representation with the issues of constitution and brought inequality to the center of the debate. Remember his Chakraview, the 6 people, the way he talked about monopoly capital when he's criticizing the budget, names 3 people, then the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, NSG. So the fact that he's using the metaphor from Mahabharata, but he's actually analyzing in political economic terms, very clearly links it with the caste survey. That shows that for the first time Rahul Gandhi is focused. And you are right, he's very different from Congress past predecessors. All the leaders in Congress earlier used to believe in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Congress was supposed to be a catch-all party for everyone. Here Rahul Gandhi is taking a calculated risk. He always talks about OBC, scheduled caste, Dalits and Muslims.
So this brings me to the last part of our discussion. It means that the politics of development can play the role of a sidekick, isn't it, Amitabh? Because ultimately, with this, the politics of identity and community representation has regained primacy after 1996, 1997, where developmental politics, some sort of a developmental politics, had a larger space in political sloganeering. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, or even the failed campaign of Shining India, but even then it was community agnostic.
No, so essentially, why does as you mentioned, a key word is representation. So why does a particular caste vote for a particular party? It is for representation, it is for a share in the power pie. Now, how did BJP win over the, let's call it the non-Yadav OBCs and the non-Jatavs to its fold? By playing the same politics that the non-Yadav OBCs and the non-Jatavs have not got proper representation or were underrepresented in Congress governments or rule. That is how the BJP brought these 2 caste groups, big groups, onto its bandwagon. Now the same politics is being played by the India bloc against BJP, particularly in UP. This Agana versus Pichhada politics has come to the fore, particularly in UP, with India bloc now saying that the top 2 positions, deputy CM, 2 deputy CMs plus the chief minister, 2 out of 3 is occupied by the upper caste, whereas the lower OBCs and the Jatavs or the non-Jatavs have played the role of kingmaker from the BJP. So and this caste and class, there is a complex interplay of this. In India, generally the backwards Dalit and Adivasis belong to the lower socioeconomic class. So when you are talking about uplifting of the Dalits, backwards and Adivasis, you automatically mean the upliftment of the poor and the lower economic class. So it becomes a developmental politics for these underrepresented or people at the bottom of the pyramid. And BJP's, and there's a difference in approach. The BJP's approach has been top down in terms of development politics. That infrastructure creation will lead to development of jobs, people will get incomes, they will consume, and it will automatically lead to a multiplier impact in the economy. Whereas the Congress or the India bloc is pushing a bottom-up sort of an economic policy or a philosophy, wherein they are saying that we need to first bridge this inequality and bring the lower and the poor socioeconomic class people up to a certain level, and then talk about developmental politics or this infrastructure-led growth. And this is the key difference between the 2 alliances.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Brijesh, do you think that this is going to continue the sort of the caste edge in even Haryana elections, Maharashtra elections, Jharkhand elections?
Oh, there is no stopping this.
No going back.
No, there's no going back. I think that till the Congress stays power or comes into power, there is no going back on that. And the BJP the Congress is very clear on this front that this is the only only issue which is helping them, which is helping them reach out to as many people as possible.
I think thank you all of you, but I think the bottom line of this discussion has been that the caste politics a reinvented caste politics is here to stay. And I think it is also marking a discontinuity in the larger politics of the Congress party, where he is doing away with the legacy of Manmohan Singh and Narasimha Rao, which he felt has become a political burden, because nothing of that era has worked against the politics of Narendra Modi, which was hinged on Hindutva, market and mobile. और उसका तोड़ निकला है Commander 2.0 version.
Hey, careful, huh? My daddy got it from abroad. Hey, disaster! How will you pay for the loss now?
In stock market, you should take risk